General gives you a great...
Hello, MLB The Show fans. I'm Carson.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're here to talk about all things presentation in today's feature premiere.
Earlier this week, you had a chance to check out the fielding feedback for presentation, but today we're going to be sitting down with Drew from the development team, diving into more of those subjects.
Yeah, it's going to start with the College World Series in presentation.
In Storyline Season 4.
An all-new commentary experience with Robert Flores and Diamond Dynasty.
And you cannot forget the World Baseball Classic.
If you haven't checked out any of the other feature premieres, make sure you check them out. We have gameplay and Road to the Show on YouTube right now.
And make sure you stay tuned, stay live with us, because we will have MLB The Show 26 up, and we'll be answering your questions live with Drew from the development team.
Twitch users, make sure you sign up and link your accounts so you can get free drops in MLB The Show 26.
And welcome to the presentation feature premiere.
Let's get it started. All right, let's get it started. Let's talk Prez with Drew, our senior design manager. How are you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. How many years have you been here now?
This will be my 7th game, I think. So yeah.
There we go.
Good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our third feature premiere, third different time. The set's looking a little bit different.
Looks
How are
nice.
you feeling?
Feels good. I like a little more relaxed vibe.
Right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
good.
for sure. Just talking shop.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very nice. Well, we have a lot to talk about for presentation this year. I know your team touches so many different parts of the game. A lot of our fans saw the Road to the Show feature premiere last week,
Did.
and a lot of Prez work went into Road to the Show, starting with the College World Series experience.
Yeah, it did. To me, the College World Series has been one of the coolest upgrades and like feels completely different, I think, from last year. Just with the new teams being added first in the official branding, both to the event itself, which we spread around the art. You see it around the stadium, the Jumbotrons. Having the official naming rights of the stadium,
It's huge.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
The crowds are all wearing the college colors. We got chants. It just feels a lot more authentic to
I was
the
going to
College World
say,
Series.
we have 19 total colleges now, 11 new ones this year, but all 19 have their own unique chants and presentation and commentary.
Yep, we got fan signs, all the fun stuff that goes along with the college stuff. So
Yeah.
I actually have spent a lot of time out in Omaha myself in the past, and it's like pretty spot on. It looks good.
There you have it. Yeah, and it didn't stop there. We actually have a new analyst for the college baseball experience with Jessica Mendoza.
Yeah, I actually used to work with Jessica in Omaha at the College World Series and Boog. It's probably about 10 years ago now. I was working on the TV side back then, but both of them were there, so it even feels more authentic because we brought in Jessica and Boog's been here. But having both of them together, and Singy will be joining them as well, so we have a 3-person booth for all the College World Series games this year.
And I have to say, we've talked about, obviously, the new chants, the new signs. What is your favorite thing we've added in terms of College World Series?
Oh man, honestly, just seeing more teams and the variety, and I love all the college uniforms. Like specifically, like having Carolina in there looks really cool. I think I'm a fan of a lot of the college uniforms. So personally, I just like having the variety. I think of more teams. And
For sure. It feels like a big level up for the whole amateur experience. You can feel it with the Prez.
Yeah.
You guys saw us with the play test last week when we played Road to the Show. I think it's just a huge W in general.
Right. Well, that is College World Series and Road to the Show. But as Carson said, presentation touches every area of the game. So let's move on to storylines. And what can our fans expect with Storyline Season 4?
Yes, we've been lucky to work on this now for the last 4 years. And I think it's one of the coolest things about being on the Prez team is seeing the stories that Bob tells. And we're able to bring them to life and show like the stories that he tells. This is what it might have looked like. And, a lot of times there's no footage of a lot of what's going on in the pregame or some of the stories that he tells. So it's cool to just be able to like paint that picture for our users. So
Yeah,
that's
a
pretty
ton of great work from Noah working
Yep.
on all the stuff.
for sure. He's been grinding a lot of cool cinematography that he's done. Cool camera angles, sound effects, all the stuff that, brings that mode to life.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be storylines if we weren't talking about Jared and Ramon and all the great work they did. So we had some time to sit down and talk to them about Season 4. So let's go ahead and play that clip too. We are here sitting with 2 of the 3 directors for storylines. Jared, how are you doing?
Living the dream.
And then, of course, Ramon, it's great to see you. We are already at Season 4 of storylines. What does that mean?
It means I think me, Jared, and Gavin have a lot of gray hair. It's been a labor of love, the last 4 years. Creating storylines has been a major undertaking for not only the MLB The Show development team, but for PlayStation Creative and for the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and all of the families. It's been a wonderful 4 years, and we're happy to talk about Season 4 today.
And Jared, our fans love that each new year they get a whole new roster of players to learn about and play with. So what can fans expect at launch this year?
I think fans can kind of expect what, they have gotten from us in the past, a good mix of players that, I may have heard about a player or two, and then a bunch of players that they probably haven't heard of. And, Bob Kendrick is doing his thing and telling amazing stories about them. And, they get to play through the mode and learn a lot more about players that they probably didn't know about.
Yeah, Bob Kendrick is back narrating all of these legends from the Negro Leagues. Who are the 4 players that our fans can expect at launch, Jared?
So, the 4 players that we have at launch, the 4 legends are Mamie Peanut Johnson, who was the first and only female pitcher to play in the Negro Leagues, George Mule Suttles, who swung a 50-ounce bat and is considered one of the greatest power hitters in baseball history. John Henry Pop Lloyd, considered one of the greatest shortstops ever, and had a nickname Kuchara, which translates to spoon because he could really pick it there at short. And Roy Campanella will be the fourth one and probably our headliner, if you will.
But we're not stopping there, Ramon. We have a new stadium that's going to be introduced in Storyline Season 4.
That's right, Terrapin Park in Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to the stadium artists and to Jared for doing all of this research, because with everything involving storylines, sometimes we have a lot of reference to go off of. Sometimes we have not a lot of reference to go off of. So it's a lot of work. We have to do what's called educational guessing sometimes. And so there is another new stadium that players will be able to unlock and play with Terrapin Park.
Another legendary stadium. I love getting in there and, playing it as, the best we can, put it in the game. It's just so fun to go back in time and experience everything with the new legends and the new stadium. But it's not going to stop there. We do have some more legends that are going to come out, and you're going to have to keep an eye on the trailer, right, Ramon? That'll show us.
We'll announce. We have 10 players total, which is big. It was a lot of work to get 10. We've already announced 4. Everybody else will be revealed next week in the Storyline Season 4 trailer, and then they will come out periodically in the weeks after launch.
There we go. And Jared, what are you most looking forward for fans discovering Season 4?
I think as far as discovery goes, Bob is Bob. And, like we say every year, Bob could read you the phone book and you'd be entertained for hours. So he's going to do a great job of kind of walking you through some of these legends again this year. I'd say that the one that I'm most excited about happens to be in my town of Austin, Texas. And that's all I'll say for now.
It's incredible. Yeah, I know everyone's really excited to get their hands on it. I know I am too. Ramon, what are you excited for?
It's hard to talk about it because, no one's seen the trailer yet, and we don't want to give away, too much. Like I hate movie trailers. Like if I'm interested in a film, I just want to go see it. Like don't tell me anything about it. And so we're trying to be very coy here because we don't want to spoil much. We have a new look. Our set design is absolutely incredible. What I can say is we really wanted to lean into the musical aspect of storylines. It's the heartbeat of the mode. Bob is telling you these incredible stories that are true about these players who a lot are in the Hall of Fame that most of us, haven't learned a lot about. And so what's been our job every single year is how do we take this raw information that Bob has given us, because there is no script. Like Bob doesn't have a script. Right. He just gives us the stories. Like how do Jared, myself, Gavin, Malik, all of the producers, all of the artists, everybody on the Storylines team, how do we take that and make it palpable for an interactive participatory medium, which is a video game? And so it's always been that challenge of how do we make this really interesting to the end user who's a video game player sitting on a couch? Like how do we give you this sly educational piece, but also make it so it doesn't feel like you're sitting in school, and we want to make it really fun and really engaging. And I think we've done a pretty decent job of that over the past 3 years, and hopefully people will respond to it again in a positive way with Season 4.
I'm looking forward to see how our fans respond. Ramon and Jared, thank you both for your time today.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jared and Ramon, for talking us through the new Storylines updates. But that's not all for this feature premiere. Let's talk one of my favorite modes, Diamond Dynasty.
Right.
We talked about Jessica Mendoza joining the booth for Road to the Show, but we have somebody new for DD.
Yeah, longtime fan of the game, Robert Flores stepped into the booth for us, and
this one is rocketed into the sky. See you later.
It's just been really cool having somebody that knows the game in and out, and Diamond Dynasty is played much differently than a Major League Baseball game.
Very much so.
So being able to talk about some of the strategies, both in like roster construction, but also 3-inning games and how you use your bullpen and how that differs from having a traditional baseball commentary team. So it's been really fun to get Robert in there, and he's had a blast doing it. So I'm excited to see what everybody thinks. And it's a different approach than you've seen in probably any sports video game, because we're really talking specifically about that mode.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's what fans of the game are going to very much look forward to, is because DD is a little bit different from the rest of the game because of your different metas or how people might play online. And Roflo being as in tune as he's a big Diamond Dynasty player himself, he's going to be able to speak to all those different situations that I myself and all of our fans find themselves in.
Totally. And yeah, he'll be able to point out things that we haven't in the past, supercharged players or, different things with new cards that are released, debut cards, some of that kind of stuff where we're actually acknowledging what version of the player you're using, which is pretty cool and something that we haven't attacked in the past.
Yeah, complete commentary overhaul with Robert Flores in Diamond Dynasty. It's going to feel fresh. It's going to feel new. We actually had a chance to sit down with Robert as well to talk about what it meant for him to be in Diamond Dynasty. We are joined here with Robert Flores from the MLB Network, longtime friend of the show.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. I always have a good time when I'm coming out here.
It's a long way from Jersey, so settling in, enjoying the sun.
Oh, it is unbelievable out here. I'm going to try to convince my bosses to move MLB Network out here to San Diego.
Hey, we're not going to
set up
argue
a
with
nice
you.
little
Yeah.
spot at Petco, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But it is beautiful out here. My first time visiting here, these studios, was I think around 2019. I was just doing some on vacation with my family, and I came by for a visit with me and my two kids, and it was great. So I always have a good time coming out here.
That's incredible. I know we at the studio, we're huge fans of your work, but then
Thank you.
us two on a more personal level, we both come from the community. So do you want to dive into a little bit of your own MLB The Show background?
Yeah, first of all, I started at MLB Network in 2016, and I played some MLB The Show. I remember Jose Bautista on the cover. Josh Donaldson, I think, was also yeah. So I had some experience with the game, but when I got to MLB Network, my baseball knowledge wasn't what it needed to be in order to be a host for a baseball network. And this is no lie, I used MLB The Show, playing it as a way to beef up my knowledge of the players, of the league. So, it definitely helped, and I've been a huge fan ever since.
Yeah, I know a lot of our fans, myself included, have watched you on Twitch, playing on your live streams.
Yeah.
What does it mean to, go from that background? You start playing the game just to learn a little bit more about baseball. Now you're the voice of Diamond Dynasty.
It's surreal. It's unbelievable. As someone that grew up in the 80s and played on consoles like in television and various other baseball games coming up, to be one of the voices for this franchise, it's like I said, it's unbelievable, and it has been so much fun. I really love working with the people here, and also just I just love seeing all the hard work that goes into the game, all the really how the sausage is made. There's a lot I don't understand, but it's really interesting and fascinating to see how it all comes together.
Diving a little deeper into the work, obviously being the voice of DD, as you were saying, there's a lot that goes into it. So when did this project kind of come about, and how much work has been put into it?
Well, it was brought to, I know we started recording in the summer of 2024, and obviously they approached me about this idea and this project. Really, Drew had mentioned it several years, I would say maybe 5 years ago.
So Drew floated it first.
Yeah, he floated it, and I said, that sounds amazing. Whenever it lines up, if it ever lines up, count me in. Okay. So fast forward, summer of 2024, we start recording, and the toughest thing was not being really able to tell anyone.
It's hard.
Right.
I wanted to tell my friends that I play with and against. I wanted to tell people in my stream. I wanted to post it and let people know in the community about it, because I have a great deal of respect, and I've met some really cool people in the MLB The Show community as a result of playing the game. So I hope that they know. We were talking earlier before we started taping. One of us. I'm one of you guys.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the community. I'm proud to say I've been a longtime member of the community, and I care about the game. And I hope that my passion and how much I care about the game, I hope that comes through.
Yeah, and I can confirm that it does, right? Like, I've been play testing this.
Yeah.
I know you and the team have put in over 100 hours of recording.
Yeah.
I know it's not going to stop there. We're going to keep working on stuff.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. But outside of the narration that you will be doing for Diamond Dynasty, there's still a lot of other exciting stuff in MLB The Show 26.
Yeah.
You've gotten a sneak peek at.
Yeah. First of all, I did some play testing with myself on commentary, which was a surreal experience, almost emotional for me. It was really, really cool, and I had so much fun. But to your point, there's really a lot of cool things that are coming down the pike, and I know I can't spoil it because we got to wait for things to be rolled out at certain times. But I will say, the community is going to love the way the World Baseball Classic content is implemented, and they're really going to, I think, enjoy how customizable paralleling players can be. I'll just leave it at that. So there's a lot of really cool things that I think the community is going to love.
A little bit of a sneak peek, but thank you so much for your time, Roflo.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Roflo. It was a pleasure hearing from you. And Drew, just to keep furthering this conversation, Roflo touched on it. You touched on it before we brought in Roflo. Last year, with the card milestones, we had the nice, cool presentation in the top left. Now, with the Roflo commentary, we're seeing that now complemented and iterated on in year 2 of the package. So that's something I'm most looking forward to. But it doesn't stop there with presentation, Roflo, Diamond Dynasty. Walk us through how this is differentiated between the DD modes.
Yeah, something that we haven't done in the past is just really hone in on the strategy of each mode, both in like what your lineup looks like, what cards you can use, how many innings it is, and the strategy that goes behind that, what stage you are, whether that be like a conquest or a weekend classic or what might it be. We're really honing in and making all that commentary like mode specific. So we're really paying attention to how you're playing, and I'm pretty excited about how it turned out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Hearing it, just playing it inside the studio, like your BR commentary with Roflo is going to feel a little different than the Conquest, like you mentioned.
Exactly.
Like there's caveats and different feelings between each mode. So to have it all captured by Roflo, someone that plays the game, is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's really cool. He knows all the lingo and drops a lot of that into his commentary, so
it's funny too. Yeah, I'm excited for fans to hear it.
It's so funny. Yeah, Roflo is a joy on his own stream, so I'm excited when our fans get to experience his twist on our game, but also they can still choose Boog and Singy in the booth if they wanted to as well.
Yeah, it's selectable for those fans that like a more traditional broadcast and they like Boog and Singy. We made it so you can choose who you want to listen to while you're playing.
So you'll have options in DD. Very cool. It doesn't stop there. I mean, Prez hits every part of the game like we've already talked about. And there's some big changes because of the inclusion of the WBC this year, the World Baseball Classic. Drew, let's talk about some of the Prez changes there.
Yeah, we just, looked at some of the past WBCs, and it's a really cool atmosphere over there. So, we've added chants, and the music will be kind of regionalized where you're playing around the world, really. But all the past WBCs, and it's a really cool atmosphere over there. So, we've added chants, and the music will be kind of regionalized where you're playing around the world, really. But all the displays that you see in the stadium will be there. Also, all of our art, our art team does such a good job with branding. So, all the on-screen displays you'll see will have the WBC branding, and we just try to make it as authentic as possible.
And I hear we're not even stopping there. Additionally, we have a whole new commentary about which teams are playing and what's going on there.
We have commentary specific to what teams are out there, and get to learn a little bit about the history of the WBC while you're playing, hopefully.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm super excited for our fans to get their hands on 26. But yeah, we've talked a lot about with presentation updates, with the College World Series stuff. Everyone's going to love it. Of course, we had Storyline Season 4 with the Negro Leagues, Roflo takeover in DD commentary, and then, of course, the WBC upgrades. So I think, we've talked enough. It's time to get our hands dirty and play the game and answer some questions live.
Let's do it.
Oh, we're live. Welcome to you guys are cracking me up. Welcome back. We are live from San Diego studio. We are 21 days away from Early Access. I'm excited, Ashley.
I am excited as well. Y'all are always like, are you live? Are you pre-recorded? We are officially live. You just heard us talk about the College World Series storylines. You saw the first look at some of the new legends joining the roster this year, and you saw the 2 new additions to the commentary booth in Jessica Mendoza and then Roflo and Diamond Dynasty.
Yeah, we have so much to talk about today, but if you've missed any of the other feature premieres, you can check out the Road to the Show and the Gameplay feature premiere on YouTube right now.
And we know you saw an early look, a little sneak peek, if you noticed real closely, on the fielding feedback this morning. That was some things Diamond Dynasty related. To forecast the schedule ahead, we're going to have franchise next week, Diamond Dynasty the week after that, where we'll dive even further into the World Baseball Classic. And then the week of early access, it's all about live content, Carson.
It's all about live content. There's your schedule. That's what you guys can expect going forward. But today it is all about presentation. If you are on Twitch, make sure your accounts are linked. We want you getting all those free packs. I think 3 packs today, Colin?
Up to
So
9 total.
that'll be 9 total on MLB The Show 26. You've been watching all these live on Twitch.
And without further ado, we're going to dive into Road to the Show, storylines, and franchise. But we are joined by Senior Game Manager Drew. How we doing today?
What's up? Good. Good to get all that news out there.
Yeah, we had to kick it off big. And for everyone wondering in the chat, we do have a redemption story today. Kevman is back, and he's ready to hit some home runs. There's his hand. I think it's time we dive into the dev kit. There's work to be done. Let's look at some of this College World Series prez.
And Drew, as we're kicking this off, just to kind of remind our fans, what is presentation? What does it mean for the game?
I guess I'd define presentation as like everything surrounding the actual game. So intros, outros, pitcher intros, replays, and then audio really encompasses everything, whether it be front end or in game. And I guess I'm too...
You're quiet.
Is that better?
We're doing this live.
Could have done that like in the last 20 minutes. But anyways, I would just call it like all these presentations that you see that are surrounding your player, your team. And yeah,
I like to think about it kind of just what you see like you're watching a broadcast, right? And
For
that
sure.
comes from some of your experience, you and Ben, who's helping out with the Roflo commentary stuff.
Yeah, Ben and I were in the TV world doing live games for over 10 years. So it took some of that over to this world, and it's super fun to be able to like kind of integrate the two. And there's cool stuff that you can do within video games that were never possible when I was doing TV. So it's been pretty fun to like mesh the two.
And ever since you've been apart, we've seen the prez level up
see you,
here.
Kev.
I saw
There
a
we
fist
go.
pump from Kev.
Leadoff single.
We're on base, leadoff single.
I don't think we can say we got on base last week.
There you go. There's some celebrations.
But Drew, you mentioned, your past decade experience of working with TV. Not to put you on the spot, but is there anything that you've used your past background for that you've integrated and implemented into your work for the past 6-7 years in MLB The Show?
Oh man, I mean, there's too many to
There's a
go
lot.
through, but I think the biggest thing is being able to present information and celebrations or whatever without trying to slow down the game too much. Like people,
Kev?
there we go.
We're on the board, people.
You can't see him, but Kev is mean mugging right now.
Yeah. So a lot of these new celebrations we did just for college and high school, really try and show off the emotion that you see, teenage to early 20-year-old players do. So
That passion, right? I mean,
passion, yeah.
college baseball just
And you see
got
all
started.
the shout out to the crowd team too. Like you see all the North Carolina and Texas colors in the crowd. I think just changes the whole vibe of the stadium.
For sure. And I love these instant replays too. Just capturing the moments. Yeah.
I'm seeing some Kev boys in the chat. This is Kev man now.
He's still in college. He's not
That's true. That's true.
Still in college. Yeah, and then just being able to brand all the art with the College World Series branding. You can see it on the score bug in the lower right. There was a little emblem on the replays, on the intros. Just makes it feel a lot more authentic to me.
And not to mention, with the College World Series, Jessica Mendoza has joined the booth. What has it been like working with her and getting her, integrated into the game?
Yeah, Jessica's awesome. I worked in Omaha at the College World Series with Jessica about 10 years ago, probably now. She's great to work with. She's been a fan of our game as well, so integrating her was easy. She was super stoked to get in there. And then Boog and Singy are awesome, and now we can just work in a third voice. So it just brings a little different feeling when you level up from high school to college now. feels like you're kind of in the big time.
Yeah, you're getting the real broadcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. You can definitely feel the level up you're talking about, Drew, as you play through.
Here we go.
Kevin, make a play.
Oh.
A little QTE here.
Got
Oh!
He came to play. He was not happy with his performance last week. So
Yeah, he's been in here since last week.
Right, I don't think
he
he's like
hasn't- he
left
hasn't
this
left.
room. But speaking on the topic of Road to the Show, kind of going outside the College World Series and just looking at the mode as a whole, talk us through some of the new intros that are going to be throughout your beginning to Road to Cooperstown.
Yeah, not just intros, but throughout your career, we really tried to focus on where you are. Like, are you on track to be a perennial all-star, or track your road to the Hall of Fame, and have commentary, artwork, all that kind of stuff. Really focused on where you are. We know where you're at. What do you need to improve on? Who are some of the players you're chasing? That kind of thing.
I love how you touch on it. Just depends on where you are at in your Road to the Show career. There's over 30 different new presentations people can see depending on where they're at.
Well, a lot more than that. That was
Yeah.
just like a lot of the new intros we did, focusing, like you said, like what stage of your career you're in, right? And focusing, hopefully people are playing far into their major league career. So, we want to make sure that we're telling that story as well.
Yeah, well said. I mean, it all looks great. I know another thing your team's really passionate about when you get to the majors, the stadium exteriors.
Yep.
I was having fun playing Conquest. I helped capture some of that stuff in the pre-record, by the way.
You saw it.
The exterior for Toronto looked great.
Yeah. It's cool too because we've actually built out those exteriors. They're almost like mini cities, so we can actually move cameras around, fly them around. They're not just like one static shot of the exterior. So
You actually
for
build
years
it
to
and
come, we'll
then
be able to build
different
upon
angles
that
and
and
stuff,
add
yeah.
and add and add new angles and stuff like that because we've got another one.
Okay, Kev.
Another one.
New Sally
Oh,
there too.
Wow, he's going for the #1 pick, folks.
What do you-
UNC. 439 feet. That's a tank.
All these celebrations. Kev has not left.
We got a new fan sign there.
Will Roflo be a part of this year's dev tourney? Unfortunately not.
Oh,
but
that'd be awesome.
We would love to get him in here at some point.
Imagine.
That would be so
That'd
much
be
fun.
electric. I think we would lose. We almost need him not to be in.
I
Give
know.
the devs a chance,
Right. But yeah, any other questions for Prez right now? You can see some of these new celebrations we captured in the motion capture studio this year, especially the team stuff after the home runs. It's all pretty sweet.
I was about to say, you were able to capture some of these.
I was in there. K-Boy was in there.
Yeah.
Justin Rowe, you guys saw last week, was in there. It's fun getting together and putting on the acting hat for the motion capture stuff.
Yeah, the high school and college mocap was fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were your favorite parts about it? Any fun stories that come to mind?
I think it was cool. We're trying to mimic what the college and high school kids are how they're celebrating, right? We talked about that earlier. But like watching a certain school and being like, oh yeah, they did that, like the Oregon State celebration.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Just really trying to capture what we're seeing in real life and bringing it to the game, I think was my favorite part.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of this was based on stuff that we saw, watching the College World Series and really the whole lead up to the College World Series.
Yeah.
So
You want to go cam? Okay, yeah, let's go to main cam here. I think that's a pretty good place to tie College
Yeah.
World Series. Everyone saw a lot of it last week, but we just wanted to celebrate some of the presentation stuff. That brings us to the next item we talked about in the pre-record, which was storylines. Really good interview with Jared and Ramon. Love talking about all the new legends we have there. We're going to have Roy Campanella, George Mule Suttles, John Pop Lloyd, and of course, Maney Peanut Johnson to start. There'll be 10 in total, right, Ashley?
10 in total. You'll see 4 at launch, which means we're going to have updates throughout the year, giving you even more legends. But you were talking about, we sat down with Ramon, we sat down with Jared. There's one other very important figure that we haven't sat down with yet.
Yeah, we missed a big name there, but we were able to steal some time with the legendary Bob Kendrick to see what Storyline Season 4 meant to him. So let's play that video, Colin.
Hi, everybody. It's Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum here in Kansas City, Missouri. And I just want to thank the entire MLB The Show community for all the love and support they've given us since we introduced Storylines, the Negro Leagues, into the video game, going all the way back to 2023. I get so juiced up when I get so many people who now come to this museum because they've seen the museum in the video game. And of course, they want to meet the guy that's telling the stories in the video game. But I get even more excited with all the kids who come in here and they want to show me how Satchel Paige did his double pump wind up. They want to do the high leg kick like Satchel. And of course, they want to throw the b-ball like Satchel threw the b-ball. Or those who come in and say, man, I can't hit John Donaldson. Well, don't feel bad. Most of the guys who stepped into the plate couldn't hit John Donaldson. But I'm excited that you're learning about John Donaldson and the other legends who make up the storylines mode in MLB The Show.
Thank you so much, Bob. I hope, well wishes with your rehab from your surgery. Really couldn't do any of this without your help and your expertise. Storyline Season 4 is going to be a banger.
And as you've heard, a lot of it is kept a surprise, so let us know when you dive into it in just a few weeks, what are some of your favorite parts of storylines. Knowing more is coming with new legends throughout the year. But let's dive on over to franchise now. There's been a lot of work done with franchise. We kind of touched on it a little bit with the new stadiums, but to kind of close the loop on that, what are the new stadium effects that have been added this year with the exteriors and then just the stadiums themselves, Drew?
Yeah, you're seeing one of our new art themes, the regional theme has a lot of the cool like cityscape backgrounds on it. And then this was in last year, but we kind of leveled this one up. Within the game storylines you see here, we're actually tracking these throughout the game so our commentary team can comment on what some of the storylines are and come back to the themes we hit in the beginning of the game, right? You see all these here, if Hunter Green has been dominant on the mound of late, is that continuing? Is that trend breaking? That kind of thing. So we're able to hook into all these and really use our commentary to tell stories. So that's the new part of this. We did have this screen last year, but we've used this information to kind of tell the narrative story about that.
And it's really cool. We were looking at it earlier, me and Kevin, and you can see, you can toggle to a farm report. You can see how your minor league players are doing. Just all around the league, you can check out stuff. It's really immersive for our franchise fans, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, league news, and then a new feature we added as well. If you hit square here, Kev, you can see kind of a game plan type of thing where you can look at the opposing team and your own team, both what kind of splits they have and stuff like that for those that like to get into the nitty gritty with trends. And you can see their recent games. If you go to the pitchers tab too, there you go. You can kind of see what your bullpen shape is in. Like, probably don't want to pitch Brock there. Looks like he's pitched 3 games in a row, which it says there. So just a little bit more if you want to get really into the numbers there. And
I was going to say, it just adds a whole nother level of immersiveness that we're always trying to chase after.
Totally, yeah. And if you hit circle here, and then if you choose one of these, like if you want to do Ellie, Ellie's your guy.
Now the narrative for this
then
game
you actually can take another
on.
step and kind of see what's inside the numbers here, a little extra presentation, which is kind of like what our traditional intros are. We just give it, our fans the choice of what they want to see more on. And then, so I hope people spend some time on that screen because it's really cool. I got to shout out Daniel Acevedo. He did a ton of work on that screen and the whole gameplay plan feature. So all that came out really cool.
Yeah, this Prez package is sick. But I love it. The franchise fans, it's all about telling that story within your franchise and just kind of being able to dictate that going into a game is pretty sweet.
Yep.
And you're also able to see stories around the league as well.
For
in
sure.
the same sphere.
Yeah, I don't know if we got over to that tab, but also the league storylines, just to make sure you're up to who's on the trading block or what's going on with someone's hitting streak or whatnot there.
Yeah. Just keep monitoring the league. So we're in here. We're in Petco Park. Ashley, you hit on it earlier. There have been some adjustments to some of the stadium effects, and we'll see some of that in Petco, right?
We'll see. Petco, if you've been to a game there, there's some fire that shoots off of the batter's eye, I think. But a handful of the other stadiums around the league, you see some of the CO2 smoke pop up, fire, new fireworks, just trying to make it align with what you're seeing out there and kind of get that extra hype after you. We'll see if Kevin can actually hit a home run here when we get
we need Kevin to hit a home run.
Yeah. There we go. Now
they also won't play every time because one of the things we try to do with Prez is create like a ton of variety so things don't feel repetitious. So won't play every time, but
It'll just
it'll happen every time. The camera won't always be pointed at it. But yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff going on around a lot of the new ballpark or a lot of the ballparks.
something to keep an eye out for sure.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the gameplay feature premiere. We saw it right here with Kev. Maybe we can get it pop up again if there's a close call. But talk us through the automated ball strike system.
Oh yeah, obviously with MLB implementing that, we wanted to as well, and I found it super fun. I don't know if you guys have
He loves
played
it.
around with
Gil was
it.
making
much.
fun of me, but I love it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I like it in Road to the Show especially because you get 2 challenges a game, and I don't feel bad using them both up as my Road to the Show player.
Right.
I see. You've been a little selfish in that remark. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But yeah, it's a little
challenge.
Kevin didn't feel good about that
You
one.
didn't feel good.
it's a
Yeah.
little
Alright.
it's a little game within the game with the challenges.
Gotcha. You want the ump to think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
He's
Alright.
he's wiser than me.
It's the game within the game, you know.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
See
No. Kevin.
Oh, off the Western Metal Building.
We trusted you.
That's okay.
Well, there's a nice scene though.
Yeah.
Right, we get to see
Gino
more
does the
presentation.
binoculars around second. That's
Mhm.
right.
Good vibes only.
Talking about the realism there. I love
Yeah.
these cameras, yeah. Bang. Oh, that's disrespectful in Petco.
Yeah.
For sure.
There you go. Exactly. It was all strategic, so you're still pitching ABS possibilities. I see your game here, Kev.
They're swinging at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
You
see.
mean this is on Legend, right? That's the difficulty?
Yeah, bear down, Kev.
Bear down. There you go.
You
Let's
should have
go.
bared down. That's what we're seeing. You got to use every tool in the toolkit. There we go.
Oh.
Zoom in.
Zoom in, lock in.
Pavetta's going to...
Painter.
Oh!
Okay, Kev.
And we are out of the first.
Still gonna see a nice little home run
Yeah.
against you there. Sorry, buddy. Yeah,
Off
so
the
this
Western
is
Metal
this is the
Building.
regional theme, so you can see it's branded with Padres because his team is the Padres. But yeah, we have the show theme also, which we also broke down to a bunch of different like sub modes. With we've got a Sunday night showcase that's brand new for like your game of the week on
that's
Sunday
cool.
night. It's all
Very
branded
cool.
with Sunday night showcase. We have a Wednesday game of the night that'll have branding for that game. Obviously, we've already talked about this, but we have WBC and College World Series branding. So I just like our art team does such a good job. So I kind of like to brag on like the amount of different art branding we have. Depending on how you're playing the game, it's always going to feel a little different.
And like even within DD, like we have a ton of DD fans watching on Twitch. Like you'll see that like when I was playing in Conquest, you have the Conquest scorebook. But if you go to Showdown, it might look a little different.
For sure.
Ranked will look different from that, which
Yep.
is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, one of my favorite additions, or two of my favorite additions rather, to DD last year was one, you had like the little milestone marker in
Oh,
the
yeah.
top left-hand corner, and then in between half innings, you would have the next 3 due up in their own presentation
Oh, yep.
scene.
Yep.
So it's fun to see how that's been iterated on for this year as well, which our fans will see in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get an ABS here. Let's see if we can get something close.
Kev's getting a little nervous over there.
I already got 2 outs, down 1.
Let's see if
We can't end this while you're losing. So, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I think he's got it.
Oh!
Wall scraper.
The ball scraper. The difficulty might be a little low for people.
What do you mean? This is on GOAT.
Oppo Taco from Merrill. I like the Padres logo around the baseball there. That's new.
Yep.
Little three-dimensional.
Did you just gritty over the home plate?
Ooh, I like this replay too. This is the angle you see when you're going to catch a
This
home
is
run.
one of my
Yeah.
favorites. There we go.
Very cool. Tied it up, Kev. Well done.
Right. And then on top of all the different themes, we also have different historical presentations as well from, different decades throughout the 90s, obviously to current day.
Yeah, we added that in, I think, last cycle just for, people that want to really immerse themselves and if they want to recreate a team from the 70s or something like that, they can use kind of like the broadcast package of that time. So, again, just another way that people can customize how they're playing and make it feel authentic to how they're playing the game.
Right. It just speaks to the creativity of our fans as well. I know I love seeing week in and week out, especially Diamond Dynasty focus, different theme teams that people are able to capture, and then you pair that with a presentation package. It's like chef's kiss, cherry on top. You have the whole complete deal.
It's been cool too because we can use it for moments, right, that are set in different eras and stuff, and make those kind of feel authentic.
You'll see that in storylines. The theme looks a little different there.
We're gonna try to get an ABS here, Kev.
Yeah, so if you saw right there, I did one, but it was like so far out that.
Yeah, it's got to be close.
It's gotta be close. I see. You were trying for us.
They're trying to save you from wasting your.
All right, yeah, we'll play a couple more outs here. Chat, any questions you guys have about the Prez? Keep in mind we'll be talking about franchise next week, and then don't worry, Didi's coming the week after. But anything Prez-wise, we're happy to answer some questions while we're with Drew.
I know we haven't gotten to it yet, odds are, because we're pitching on the mound there. But until we can get to it, do you want to speak a little bit to the spray charts in the presentation behind there?
Yeah, just along with the pregame storylines I talked about, we wanted to add more in-game storytelling based on what's the story of the game. Is it this team has 12 hits today, or does this player have 3 home runs? So we added some spray charts. We also added pitch usage on-screen displays that kind of show how a pitcher is attacking the hitters, and try and bring some of the in-game trends into presentation. There's several other things, but really trying to tell the story within the game better. So I think it's been pretty cool. Hopefully Kev can get a few hits, or that spray chart might not look great, but
he tried challenging. I saw.
He tried. It wasn't close
too far.
enough. Yeah.
And then he gave up another 10.
Oh no!
Oh, he escapes.
Hey! All right, Kev. Defense magician over here.
Show him where it's at.
What are you looking at here? Oh yeah, so I believe they already talked about this, but he likes to see the depth of field on the hitting view, right?
Yeah, that's one of Kevin's preferences.
That is nice.
Take that.
You must not have had that on last stream. Is that what was going on?
He was missing it last week.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so this is all due.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
There you see
Padres
that
theme, perfect.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm glad you called that out. It looks like that perfect is themed depending on the team, maybe the mode.
Yeah,
in
the
Diamond
mode
Dynasty.
for sure. Yep. Again, just continuing with the customization. It'll look a little different depending on what mode you're in. Here we got a rally going.
Okay, Kev.
Let's call this a 2-inning game and see if you can get a walk-off.
I like it. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's get a walk-off here.
We got a couple questions.
Okay.
Go for it.
We can keep playing. I was just...
Can you turn off or on? Well, let me turn my mic on. There we go. Can you turn off or on Roflo commentary in game?
Yes, he'll be available in Diamond Dynasty.
Yep. Boog and Singy are also available in Diamond Dynasty. You can choose. We talked about this earlier, but Roflo's really speaking towards Diamond Dynasty, how people play, what cards you're using. Is it the debut of a card, maybe? So if you're more interested in a traditional broadcast and you like what you've heard from Boog and Singy, you can still use that.
Opt in for that.
Yeah.
Right, I was going to say, dive a little deeper. You talk about like Roflo talks through some of those DD specifics. What's new this year as well is he'll recognize if you have a supercharged card in your lineup, what series the card is as well.
Yep. Not just commenting on the player that's up, but what variation of card that player is that you're using.
Yeah, I saw some of that when I was playing on my own. He was like, yeah, live series card here. And I was like, that's pretty sweet. It breaks the fourth wall a little bit.
It does.
Yeah, but we love Boog and Singy, so they're still available as well. Or if you want to mix it up, you're getting bored of one, you switch it to the other, keep it fresh.
I'm going to have to try this depth of field.
It's nice.
Seems to be going well so far.
My key is to turn it on when different like side armors and submariners are on the mound. When it's a little bit more difficult to pick up the baseball, I'll flick it on.
That's pretty good. There you go. Get some insider info right here.
Yeah.
What can I say? I mean, I'm sure we'll see it a lot in the dev tourney as well in a couple of weeks. Confirmed coming back.
Coming back.
J-Ro's got to defend his title.
Early access week. Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know if he's 100% committed.
Interesting.
I'll have to check
Is this
in
a
with him.
first look, first leak? Who's in the dev tourney?
Is Kev playing?
J-Ro, if you're watching this.
Kev, in chat, we'll let chat decide. Chat, do you want to see Kev in the
Oh,
dev tourney? Yeah.
Kev's ready, man.
436.
Fernando
Dead center.
Tatis, former cover athlete.
Kev will be in the dev tourney, and Reveal Daddy is going to come back.
Oh, confirmed?
Confirm.
You talked to him?
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
at
Reveal
least on the
Daddy.
couch.
I think Reveal Daddy will be back.
Reveal Daddy will be there. We have a lot.
That's
we
going
have
to
a
be a
lot
huge
of
surprise.
Lots of exciting stuff coming away. We're 3 weeks away from early access, folks. Things are going to be fun the rest of the way. I'm excited.
It's going to be full steam ahead. I know we're still in franchise, but I've been seeing some more Diamond Dynasty related questions in chat. We'll dive into Diamond Dynasty specifically in just a couple of weeks, but taking it back to RoFlo now. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier. Carson's mentioned it before. We love the way RoFlo handles his own personal streams. Are we going to get some RoFlo touches and pizzazz within Diamond Dynasty?
Oh, for sure. If you close your eyes, you might not be able to tell the difference sometimes.
Ooh.
Like I think he carries over a lot of that lingo and everything to his broadcast. So, for sure, it's very similar to what you've seen if you've ever watched RoFlo on Twitch.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
One of us, legitimately. Very passionate
Yeah.
fan of the game, and it shows in the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm pumped that we can talk about it now because we've all been really excited about adding RoFlo.
I was about to say, we heard from him earlier in the pre-record, but kind of to go back into that origin story, what kind of was the key to you of saying we should add RoFlo in here? What was kind of the spark of imagination there?
Honestly, I think it was just his passion for Diamond Dynasty that really made it click in my head, and then
That's what he plays.
that's what he plays, and he's funny,
Mhm.
and it just made a lot of sense to me. Like I said, I love all of our announcers, but we're always trying to fit the announcer to whatever mode you're playing, and it just seemed like a no-brainer to have RoFlo jump in there. So
Yeah, over 100 hours of recording. There's going to be even more, I know. Ben mentioned they're still going to be working on that. So
yeah, it'll continue to grow for sure.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything, but we know RoFlo in his streams, he loves calling out the little L2 action.
Yeah, he does.
You'll have to listen for that in a few weeks.
Yeah. Yep, we definitely have some lines if you opt into a replay for sure.
There you go. You heard it here first. Colin, any other questions?
There's lots of questions. We're just seeing what we can answer. We're going to go to daytime, so we're going to play a little bit more.
Oh, we're going to keep playing?
There we go.
Nice.
See if San Diego wins again.
San Diego.
There you go. Baseball's in the air. Yeah,
I know.
These new press packages look great.
Kevin keeps skipping everything, Prez, but that's okay.
That's okay.
All right, 16-2. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's right.
Got knocked off the broadcast.
And we've seen it here in San Diego. I know we'll go back to the game very shortly, but some of the new stadium effects are not just in San Diego, but it's Philly, it's Seattle, it's Anaheim, Toronto's making the list.
Yeah, it did kind of an audit of what teams around the league are doing and just tried to match what they're doing with their in-stadium effects. I'm sure that list will grow in real life, so we'll expand also.
Yeah, and then also stadium exteriors. We touched on a little bit earlier, but we're getting close of getting all of them in the game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're building all of them out, so we'll be able to continue to build new cameras and have new scenes with the stadium exteriors. But it's really cool to see kind of the surroundings of the stadium, and
It hits home for
yeah.
your favorite team.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
for sure.
That's when I really like it.
I remember the White Sox. They were added several years ago at this point, but it was just so surreal being like, oh, that's literally my childhood, my life, now into the game.
Yeah.
Creates a whole new vibe level.
Yep.
New game here, Kev.
Angels, shout out Leno, shout out J-Ro.
Who we got? Astros, Angels.
Battle of the AL West.
Yeah, let's see it. Some more dynamic storylines here.
Yeah.
There's your league news
Yeah,
we
there's
were
the league
talking
we were
about.
talking about.
Oh, look at Judge on pace for 65 home runs.
Sheesh.
It's not bad. Cover guy boost.
He's got the hater blockers on. Ready to hit some tanks.
There we go. Ooh, 353 batting average.
So let's remind everyone, what's the schedule? What are we doing here on out?
Great question. We will have franchise feature premiere
Next week
at 2 o'clock Pacific. And then the following week, we will have at 2 o'clock Pacific again, Diamond Dynasty.
Yeah, that'll be Thursday, March 5th. And then stay tuned for all things live content the week after. There will be something revealed for you every single day leading up to early access on that Thursday, March 13th at 9 p.m. Pacific time. The following day, 12 a.m. Eastern time for you East Coasters.
Yeah, you're not going to want to miss live content week. Obviously, franchise I'm super excited for. We got to sit down with Clayton and Tim and talk about some of the new stuff they have. And then DD will be great, and then live content will be really
Here's the
fun
challenge.
as well.
Oh. Kev, what's going on over here?
Poor challenge, everybody.
Poor challenge.
Just to show it off, though. The road to early access we're right in the middle of it.
Right, 3 weeks from today, believe it or not, from early access.
We got the ABS.
We need to get one call that goes our way, though, you know? I think we got one a couple weeks ago, but it's always nice to get several in a row.
Mm-hmm. Jordan.
Yeah. But as we start to close out this stream, Drew, any sort of areas that you're most interested or most excited for people to experience firsthand in just a few weeks?
Oh, man.
I know it's hard to choose from.
You know, I know we've talked a lot about RoFlow, but you really can't, I can't sit here and explain it. You just have to play it. So
yeah,
I'm excited for people to spend a lot of time with that. And like I've mentioned, it's a totally new way of doing commentary. So I'm just excited to get that out there for everybody to try.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. Like you said, once people get their hands on it, they're going to really enjoy it. So thank you so much, Drew.
Yeah.
Kev, thank you.
Yeah.
Chat, did he redeem himself? Let us know. And don't forget that, pre-orders are open now. If you like what you see, we have that 10% loyalty discount going out to any Digital Deluxe user that's gone back to 21.
Right.
So.
And then make sure you come along, celebrate, and watch the World Baseball Classic alongside all of us at the studio. It will be in tandem with Early Access Weekend. So there you go. If you get the Digital Deluxe Edition, you'll get World Baseball Classic content. Not to mention, the Digital Deluxe Edition will come with not one, but 2 World Baseball Classic player choice packs. So you'll start your DD journey instantaneously with some top WBC names, in addition to a Legends player choice pack.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget our standard edition users. The game will be coming out on March 17th for you. Very exciting.
And make sure you sign up for the Skyrim Report so that you don't miss any of the new feeds that we have for all of you.
Follow us on socials. I know that we're going to have a ton of great stuff coming out the next couple weeks, so you don't want to miss anything.
And we'll catch you back here at 2 p.m. Pacific time where we talk all things franchise. You saw a little bit sneak peek today, but wait until we sit down with Clayton and Tim. We're going to go into a whole bunch of new topics that you're going to be sure to want to look out for.
And then after that, March 5th, we will be diving into Diamond Dynasty on this road to early access. What's up, Colin?
Go to our Discord and also the show.com forums. Put your questions there. We take a look at that stuff. So if you got more questions, go there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us for the presentation feature premiere. We'll see you next week.